Hello and welcome to Marketplace Africa. I'm Robin Kerno here in Newtown in Johannesburg in South Africa. Now, you've probably seen them before but not really realized their significance. That's the headgear worn by Nigerian women in those elaborate fabrics and designs. They're actually quite tricky to do, so one enterprising Nigerian man has created quite a successful business by fashioning and styling headgear for women around the world.
We're going to do a transformation from this into the vavavoom.
Preparations for a traditional Nigerian engagement ceremony. Customs handed down from generation to generation. But this ritual has a modern edge to it. It has to do with this head wrap or gele, which has become a fashionable part of a Nigerian woman's wardrobe.
And as you can see, this is pretty much most of the brides. This is what they use.
The rise in the gele is in part due to this man, Segun Gele, who made it his business to shape head wraps for Nigerian women. His work has become so popular by word of mouth that he makes his living traveling through the United States, Canada and Nigeria, styling gele and applying makeup for brides.
It's a special touch. I can do mine for my wedding. It can be as perfect as a bridal headgear.
Being able to do the head wrap, you know, it comes with the form, the dimension and everything. It's an art, and the act of tying the head wrap is actually an art. So I'm an artist. You know, some people are quite conservative. Some people are the kind of people that they want to be noticed. And some are just, you know what, I'm just in between. The way they wear head wraps in Nigeria is the conservative style. It's small, cute, elegant. But here in America, they say everything in Texas is big. So the bigger the better. I'm going to make this as flamboyant as possible.
Segun Gele is based out of Houston, Texas. He moved to the US in 2003, and this small studio is in a way his global operations center. His business surfaced out of an innocent offer of help for a woman he saw in a parking lot before a friend's wedding.
You know, I had to approach her. I'm like, can I help you do your head wrap? And she was like, oh, no, it's okay. I'll get someone else to do it. I was like, I need to do your head wrap for you. She was like, okay, if you do it and I like it, I'll give you $7. That day, I made $265. Yay! This is hard.
It became the only job he would have in the US, which now earns him as much as $60,000 a year.
If I do weddings within Houston, I normally charge, I think, about $650 for a one-day event. But when I go out of town, it's $1,000, and they pay for my flights, my hotel accommodation. I have been flying every weekend from April, and I'm still going to be flying. I've been in Atlanta, I have been in Maryland, I have been in Boston, I have been in Philadelphia, I have been in New Jersey for weddings, I have been in California. It's too low on her face, and it is covering too much of the ears, you know, so this makes a whole lot of difference.
His fame comes from his design, an art form that he now shares with students in the US and London.
Always, no matter who you are, if you're a Nigerian in Houston, when you say Segun Gele, people know that name for that reason because of what he's done in the industry.
I can't explain after finishing with Segun. My business boomed beyond my own imagination.
There you go.
The gele has been around for generations, but it's only in recent years that women have made it such a fashion statement.
I booked him last year so I can have availability because people book him so fast and he gets booked easily. You know, his schedule is always tight, so I have to book him ahead of time and make a deposit just to hold the date.
That can only mean good things for this artist.
This is how she's going to go in.
And a business that's sure to grow. Let's take a look at Segun Gele's talent by numbers. Now, it only takes him 3 to 5 minutes to wrap one of those head pieces. His students take double or triple the time. You can get them in any fabric, including paper, and they'll cost you between $40 and $120 each. Now, up next, we're going to meet a very enterprising billionaire who has high hopes for one embattled African nation. After the break, we're going to find out which African country Bob Johnson believes will be the next tourist hotspot.
Hotel servicing is not sort of a natural thing to do if you haven't been to school or you've been ducking and dodging bullets for 15 years of Civil War.